Hi, I'm Rob, and today we're at the Fox Goose at Greywell. So from the Fox Goose, which is 16th century, we head up through the village in a southerly direction. So there are some lovely buildings in the village of Greywell. These are Tudor. They'd be late 15th, maybe early 16th century. Gorgeous. Well, this is a village hall of sorts. I'm not sure whether it was erected on Empire Day in 1910 to commemorate the accession of George V or on Coronation Day in 1937 for George VI. I don't know, but either way, the flag is at half-mast for the Duke of Edinburgh, who sadly died recently and will be laid to rest this Saturday coming. And there's a war memorial for the men that fell in Greywell, tiny little village. And look at that. In the First War, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people in the First War, 2 in the Second. There's only a smattering of cottages. So when you get to this Tudor building, there's a lich gate. And there's a footpath diagonally across, which we don't take. We actually take the track down to the church. Again, this is a decorative lich gate. No seats there for the pallbearers. So we're passing the church. Looks 12th century to me. I've got no idea what church it is. It went by me completely. But that's what we're going to do, go by the church completely. And follow the path round. So I'm deliberately doing a tour around the church in a quest to find out what church it is. Oh, Rob, your research is terrible. I can tell you all about the yew trees. You've heard enough about the flipping yew trees. Yeah, Christians revere them, symbol of Christ's death and resurrection, because of the fact that the boughs dip down to the ground, that one is almost doing over there, and new trees can sprout from it, hence new life from old. Anyway, once you get the other side of the church, you take the gravel path through the churchyard, and as we pass this magnificent yew, Trev the camera has been doing some research and he tells me it's St Mary's at Greywell. 12th century, Trev?
No idea. Didn't say that.
No idea. What do you call a blind deer? No idea. Never mind. Oh look. A fairy garden. So Greywell Moor Nature Reserve is owned and managed by the Hampshire and Isle of Wildlife Trust. And there's quite a lot of rare and endangered species over there. A lot of fenland sedges, mosses, rushes, wildflowers, orchids as well. It's managed not only by the Wildlife Trust, but there's a conservation herd here as well, which graze the land in a sustainable way so that the wildflowers can grow. Very pretty. This is lovely. Yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful walk. So I think this is Bidden Water. The locals can put me right. There doesn't seem to be any name for this before it hits the Basingstoke Canal. But just up where the springs are on the OS map, it says Bidden Water, so maybe that's what it is. So springs well on the way. Lovely lesser celandine there. Beautiful flower. I think I'm going to dedicate this video to a lady called Debbie, a friend of Trev's. So at this point of the path you come across the mill, and you've got to walk down in front of the mill to follow the footpath alongside the water. And there's the old mill race, but the old mill's still there. Well, cows lying down normally means rain. I don't think there's any rain forecast for a long time. Someone's having to go with a motor mower there, that's always the way, isn't it? Perhaps that's because you're bulls, aren't you, fellas? This really is a lovely area. I've been by several times on the road, but never actually walked it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So we've got a little coot there. Now a coot looks just like a moorhen, and the only way you can tell the difference, and the only way I can tell the difference, is the coot has white above its bill and the moorhen has red. So if you remember little red hen, then moorhen, white coot. So we come through the next kissing gate, and you've got a choice. There's some tinkling water over there, which sounds very enticing, but we take the bridleway to the left. Not good on bog life. Something quite resplendent in red over there. So pretty soon you come across a couple of gates. So we go, you have to use the catch on this one. Don't want to use the handle. And we're going to leave the nature reserve behind. And we're going to go through this gate and take off across that field. But first I spotted a stone. So there's a stone commemorating E.C. Wallace, who was an eminent botanist that loved this place. Presumably he had something to do with it, I would imagine. Anyway, we'll go back and we'll go through that gate and follow the path there. Well, we follow the path through the crops. Just budding at the moment. So we hang a left. So we're approaching Odium. Now, Odium is the home of the Royal Air Force's heavy lift helicopters, the Chinooks, and the air base is just down the road. Well, it's a nice path, look at all the wild daffodils. So keep following the well-marked path. So we come out the gap in the hedge, and we went slightly wrong. We should have come out further down that road. So we're just going to double back onto that road. And we're going to pick up a footpath which takes us across the field towards the school. Somehow we missed a turning. See, even I do it. It's Trev's fault. He's telling his rotten jokes. Got any rotten jokes, Trev?
I've got a couple, but you said you wanted boating ones, so I'll save them for a bit.
Oh, okay. He thinks we're going to see boats. We'll wait for a bit then. Keep the suspense up, folks. Don't click off the video. Keep going. So hopefully if you're following the map better than I am, then you would have come out of there, crossed the road, and we're going across the field here. So that's Hockley Farm if you look on the map. And we're walking diagonally across the field. So we've reached the stile. There's the school right opposite. It's like a secondary school. Not Robert May, is it? Robert May School, maybe? Anyway, we're going on this path and we're going to turn right. So we come down off the path and we're going to turn left to walk down in front of the school. So just follow the pavement along. When you get to Recreation Road, it'll be a quick right turn. So not far into Recreation Road, there's a recreation ground and there's a finger post to your left, and we follow that. Now this is the town of Odium. I take you to all the best places. So we cross over the road for that path there. A sign on the gate reading the Manor House. So here we are, we're at All Saints Church in Odium. It's the church used by the RAF station up the road at RAF Odiham. It's Grade 1 listed, and there's been a church here since the Domesday Book. It's an 11th century church with 13th century, 17th century additions. And I'm ignoring this. It's a yew tree. I've told you once on this walk. It's bad enough repeating it every walk, but I'm not going to repeat it twice, not in one walk. Another alternate start of the walk there, the Bow. It's a nice pub. So we turn right past the Bow and we head off down this little lane by the timbered cottage. We take this path alongside Stony Cottage, which will take us out onto Odium High Street. So a lot of old Georgian buildings in Odium. The High Street is mainly Georgian. Lovely little alley. It's a good place to mill about and have a look at the shops and things. If you don't even fancy a walk, just come and have a mill around. Lots of interesting nooks and crannies. So we emerge onto the High Street. Bit of Georgian, bit of Victorian, bit of something else, another Bow pub. Bow with one owl and the Dragon, eh? And we're going to turn right. A nice painting, photograph. Ought to be for £2,000, but very nice. Nice bit of bric-a-brac. Some old number plates. Nice set of tools there, Trev, to a man that could use them, look. Oh. What do you reckon?
Yeah, nice old stuff in there, eh?
Yeah. For £18 you could even banish your own vampires, look, mate. Oh, he's lost in tool appreciation there. So we're walking down the High Street past the Odium Parish notice board, and there's a trail going on. So what's happening here then?
Yeah, so we got this online, and it's a treasure quest trail for Odium, which has a whole bunch of clues to try and solve a map at the end. So we're doing that for a little bit of fun.
Brilliant. Easter thing, yeah?
I don't think, yeah. I don't think it's special to Easter, no.
Oh right, oh, so it's all year then. So anyone coming on my walk could grab one of those as well then.
Yeah, from treasure trails. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's lovely. And I noticed you said Odium.
Yeah, we don't know how to say it.
Oh right, I thought I was wrong. I always called it Odium, and I thought, oh, is a local going to put me right?
Well, we're not
Oh, that's it. If you're grockles like me, that doesn't matter then.
We've met in the middle.
Well, enjoy your treasure trail.
you.
Thanks so much. Bye bye.
Bye.
I keep carrying on. It turns into residential. We're going to take that left turn up there. So here's the Odium War Memorial. There's quite a few names on that. Many of them RAF, because there's an RAF station down the road, but also Army, Gloucester Regiment and other regiments. Army chaplain. So at the corner of High Street and London Road, we turn left down London Road. There's a Hovis sign there, so either that was a bakery before it became the Odium Clinic, or maybe the Odium Clinic is very expensive and you need lots of bread to go there. I'll leave the jokes to Trev. Anyway, down London Road. So there's the old Odium School, and it is now the Vine Church. There's another really good, although it does get rather busy in the summer, start to the walk. So that was another pub at one time by the looks of it. Crowley & Co. Alton Ales and Stout. We're at the Basingstoke Canal. It was built in 1794 and it closed to trade in 1932 after the tunnel collapse at the Greywell Tunnel. It's 31 miles long. It was originally envisaged to connect Basingstoke up to the docks at London via the Way Canal and the Thames. It suffered initially from poor construction of the tunnel, which caused the collapse in 1932, but also it suffers from low water supply. So it was derelict pretty much for most of the 20th century. Come 1991, then it was restored, and it's now run jointly by the Basingstoke Canal Trust and the Hampshire County Council. Still suffers a bit of low water, but people like it for kayaking, paddleboarding, the odd barge goes up and down, the odd boat. It's an asset, it's good to walk along as well. So I've just come down by the picnic area and sort of visitor centre, because there aren't many boats on the Basingstoke Canal, but there are a few moored here. So I thought it'd be nice to film a few. So what have you caught with your paddle fishing rod then?
We've been out for a while, caught this perch.
Perch? Dead perch?
Best catch of the day.
So what's your diagnosis then? What do you reckon killed it?
Another fish, a big cut down the side of it.
Oh, that's it?
Oh, yeah,
Maybe a heron or something.
maybe, yeah, I don't know what to do with it.
Oh well, enjoy your lunch.
Thank you.
So we turn back to walk the other way, and we're going through Colt Hill Bridge, built 1792. Right, so Trev. We've seen some boats. Are you ready to tell your boat joke yet?
That's a nice backyard to have, isn't it?
It is a nice backyard to have, yeah. Anyway, you were saying, what's your boat joke, Trev? We've been waiting in suspenders for far too long.
Blue boat going along the river far too fast. It goes round a bend in the river and crashes straight into a red boat. Suddenly all the crew, they were marooned.
Oh, we waited all that time. These poor people have sat through this long boring video I'm making for that, Trev. So that's interesting to note. That Water Witch pub has got a lovely big garden that leads right down to the canal. Like I say, several good starting points from here, or you can make up your own shorter walk if you don't want to do the full walk and just do the Odium bit and the canal, or you can go to Greywell and just do the Greywell Moors Reserve. You know, you can split it up, don't follow the route slavishly, but it's there for you if you want the slightly longer route. Morning! You've got the whole canal to yourself today, haven't you? Break out the Pims. So if ships have shipwrecks, I wonder if barges have barge wrecks. Either way, that one's seen better days there. Got a definite list. He's well behaved, didn't he? Hello. Have a good one. Ah, so the bridge with no name. Funny that just past every bridge is a nice garden with a boat at the bottom. Well, I'm guessing these little cottages were made for the canal workers, the people that operated the, in this case, a swing bridge or lifting bridge. So it's a lifting bridge, and there's a sign to the next bit of the walk, Odium Castle. We've just been through the deer park, or was the hunting ground for King John. Anyway, carry on. So the bluebells are now out. Spring is officially here. So at this point, next to the canal, we've got Odium Castle. Now Odium Castle was built for King John in the early 13th century and was a castle to the 16th century. It's also called King John's Castle. In 1215 King John rode from here, or it may have been Windsor, there's a bit of conjecture about that, to sign the Magna Carta at Runnymede. By 1216 it was captured by the French in the First Barons' War and completely demolished. Following that it was rebuilt, hosted Parliament in 1303. King David II of Scotland was imprisoned in 1346 in there, and in the 15th century it became a hunting lodge. And there you go, not a lot left of it now. So it's Odium Castle, or King John's Castle. So that's quite good. You can match up the perspex, look through it and see what it would have looked like. Yeah, so King David of Scotland, he was imprisoned there for 11 years. It's King David II. So it's a case of no entry in case a stone falls on your head, I suppose. Well, I like the name of that boat, Mr. Tipsy. Tipsy? It's great. I like that. A very nice canal boat. It's a Viking 28, that one. I thought it was a birchwood. Clearly not. Very, very nice. So I think that's the stream we were walking along through the nature reserve, and somehow it goes through the canal, or under it, I don't know, comes out the other side. It looks like a chalk stream. It's very, very, very clear. So the canal widens out here so your narrow boats can turn, because obviously from these buoys the rest of the canal is closed off to navigation, because shortly we'll be coming across Greywell Tunnel. Bless their fluffy little cotton socks. Oh, lots more of these lovely little ducklings. There's Mum, Dad over there standing guard. They come rushing over thinking we have food. Oh, hello. I think that's Dad's best mate, or he's not going to be welcome. No, he's not welcome. So a lot more wildlife growing up through the canal here where it's disused. So there we are, there's the Greywell Tunnel. That was built in 1794. Really, really poorly built, and it had several little collapses and things, and eventually there was a collapse in 1932 and it finished it off. It just wasn't worth getting it repaired or whatever. It's almost a mile long and there's no towpath, as you can see, going along there, so the people on the barges at the time would have to do what they call legging. Legging is where they put a plank out on the barge and they lay on it and they literally walk along the wall of the tunnel, and that propels the boat along. Now, a fact I have picked up, which I'm not too sure about because it's a mile long, and I have actually been on a barge that and legged a barge through a tunnel at the Black Country Museum. They invite everybody to do it. So you can go along at a fair, not a fair lick, but a reasonable speed. But anyway, the fact that I've got here is that the people legging through this tunnel, bear in mind it's almost a mile, took 6 hours to get through the tunnel. Seems a very long time to me, but that's a fact that there is. Another fact that you'll love is that it's a double SI, it might even be a triple SI, and that's because of the bat roosting, bats roosting in the tunnel. Apparently there are 12,500 bats of differing varieties, so if you time your walk so that you're here at twilight on a summer's evening, if you've got a bat detector, then you'll hear lots and lots of clicks, and if you haven't, you can just enjoy the sight of the bats darting around. But yeah, there we go. So it's a bat city in there, bat cave. Anyway, on with the walk. That's the end of the canal. There's a little bit that runs out the other side of the tunnel and sort of fades out, but for practical purposes, that is the end of the canal. So there we go, there's a sign, and it shows somebody legging a boat along a canal wall, and indeed it shows the bats as well, so you can read a little bit about it there. So you can follow the path down to have a look in the tunnel. And there we go. Let's have a look, see how much we can see without falling in. Don't fall in, Rob, don't drop the camera either. Alright, hang on, I'll hold it around the corner. Oh, barricade to stop you getting down there, look, even if you wanted to. Great place for watching bats come out in the evening though. So we walk over the top of the canal bridge, or the tunnel rather. In the distance you can hear the distinctive thwacka 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 noise that the Chinook helicopters make. And down off the path, away from the tunnel, and we're literally back where we started, at the Fox and Goose. So here we are, we're back at the Fox and Goose again. It's roughly a 6-mile loop. Really nice walk, one of my favourite ones this. Water most of the way, very interesting things to see. So by all means give it a try. Lots of lovely pubs as well, Fox and Goose, the Bow, the Water Witch. Brilliant places to start and finish on this walk. Anyway, if you liked it, then please like and subscribe, and you can join me on the next one.